Hey guys, today I want to talk about decked drawer system and particularly decked drawer system for Tacoma Trailhunter, how it fits on this truck. We all know what decked drawer system is. There is many reviews. It's really good product, but I couldn't find much about this particular truck and how it fits. I have lots of questions, and there is not too many trail hunters around, and there is even less with the deck system, and then there is very few information about it on the internet I could find. So I wanted to make this video for trail hunter owners who are thinking about getting the deck drawer system. They can see how it's gonna look and how they're gonna deal with some stuff here the trail hunter has in the back of the bed, like a compressor and so on. This is a 6-foot bed, and one thing that I was not aware of it at all is that this decked drawer system does not go all the way to the back of your tailgate. So there is like just under 6 inches of gap there, and I was totally unaware. My belief was they're gonna utilize all my available space, but that's not the case. And this is also deck system with the one drawer, and anybody can pretty much open that now because of that gap. And this drawer does have some kind of compartment in the front here that's approximately 6 inches, so if you don't have a lock, anybody can have access to whatever you have there. And locks do not come with the system. You gotta purchase them separately. That's separate extra order, I would say. Luckily I did purchase it, and I didn't even know that I'm gonna need it. I wanted to purchase locks for these boxes here, so there is one here and one there. I wanted to have those lockable, and you can't just purchase locks for this. It comes in a package with this lock as well, so it's all like a package. And I thought, well, I'm never gonna need this, but actually I do, because now being locked, nobody can open it, and I highly suggest you do it if you want to have whatever is there secured. You don't want people grabbing your stuff. Another very important thing for trail hunter is this compressor thing. So trail hunter has a compressor here, and what the decked want us to do is totally different to what I did. I just cut a little bit of the cover here of this deck system, and I have full access to my compressor without screwing up with the compressor. Decked wants us, I have instruction here. I'm gonna show you what they want us to do, and I'm not even sure that that would work, because I'll show you why. But what I did here is I cut this, and I did have to cut a little bit of this kind of frame that holds your baskets, and there is another basket that comes here. So if I want to use compressor, I would have to open this, take that basket out, and then I have full access. I don't use that basket because it can't fit. I put my jack there, so that basket wouldn't fit for me anyway. But you would just have to pull that out, which is pretty easy, and then you have full access here without anything. Now, what decked want us to do, which I really didn't want to have nothing to do with, I think it's too complicated and I'm not even sure it would work. So they pretty much want us to take this little door off. Actually, I should keep this open. So take this door off and flip it around, kind of, but that's not as easy as it said. So first, they want us to take 4 screws that hold this whole thing in place. So those are these 4 screws. You take that off, you pull the unit out, you disconnect here, you unplug it, the connector. Then you have to remove the lid from the hinge. You disconnect them by unscrewing the screws. You pull the lid out, you leave the hinges exposed. Then on the back of the unit, you are removing these little screws that holding this cover. So you remove the cover, you expose your circuit board. Then you have to remove the circuit board. So you slide circuit board out from the housing, and in that case you getting to the hinges, you remove the hinge cover on the top, and you have hinges exposed. So you remove the hinges and you're gonna be left with the 2 holes here. And then you put the hinge cover back, you put your circuit board back, you put the cover of the circuit board back, then you screw everything together. This little cover, you have to trim it a little bit to fit better. Now it's turned upside down. And then you have to glue some magnets. They give us a link on the beginning of this manual to Amazon to purchase these magnets. And you glue 2 magnets, then you glue another 2 on top of this too. So you have 4 magnets glued, and then you glue another 2 on the housing here. And then this lid will be upside down, hold just by magnets. And then they want us to drill a little hole right here, because now when it's upside down, you're gonna have water there. And then you connect back, you put it back, and that's it. But lots of screwing around for a little cover to flip it. And also I'm not convinced that would work, because this hose that Toyota gave us, when you plug it in here, I'll show you. I'm gonna plug this so you can see where this hose is. And if I didn't cut this deck, there's no way that hose would be plugged in. Just having the cover upside down would do nothing. And you can see on this side, this frame a little bit sink down because it's cut, but it should be like this. It would be exactly, if it connects to this side, if it tray connects to this, it would be right in the way of that hose, and that would not work. So what I saw one guy did, but I wasn't sure, like it wasn't explained well, it looks like he flipped this whole unit upside down so that his outlet for the air, it's now on the top, and all these USB plugs are on the top, USB ports are on the top, and I don't know, it just looks like lots of fuckery, if you ask me. And they not say anything about flipping the unit up, so they just say flip the cover, but would you really have the access to this? It's a question. So what I did, you can see I just cut it. It literally took me 2 seconds. You can cut this with a jigsaw, with some maybe zip cut tool, anything will cut. It's a plastic, and it worked really well, and I don't mind it at all, because now I have full access. It's super easy. I close this, and yeah, this is a little hole. I can't lock this. I could lock it if I put my bin. How these lock work in the bins, you can see these bins have a little hole there, and this other bin would go like this, and then the lock would go into that hole. And with a small bin on this side, you can just lift this out, but with a big bin you can't. It really locks. But because I have the jack there, I can use the big bin. But if you don't want to use anything there and you put your big bin here, you're still gonna be able to lock it. And what I would suggest, just support this, put a little L bracket underneath somewhere here. You can screw it to your bed, and just to support this, because it's not now supported and a little bit sink, but on this side it's supported, because you can see this has that metal bracket that still holds it. This I may even support it just in a hack of it. I didn't have time to do it, but for now it is how it is, and it really works well. It's easy, and I'm not worried about this little hole. This will never affect me. Whatever I want to store here on the deck, this is irrelevant. And if I ever, for some reason, want to put this to be how it was, I can just purchase this one wing and get it done. So this is how I dealt with that. On the other side, we still have access to this outlet with no problem. And let me open the gate. Then we have this compartment here that Toyota gave us, and again I would just have to pull this cover, pull the bins, and I have full access to this cover. And so yeah, that's how I dealt with that. Let's go over the drawer. As you can see here, it's all wet because it was raining all night. My truck was outside parked and everything inside it's dry. So it's really waterproof. I wouldn't say it's a moisture proof, but waterproof 100%. There is not one drop of water. So this drawer for a 6-foot bed, you get in a length from this point here to the end there underneath. It's 57.5 inches, and in a width from one point to another it's 35.5. 57.5 by 35.5, and then you have this small compartment here for kind of quick access. I have my hose here that's now out there for airing up. I have my deflating kit for lowering tires and some more hoses and stuff, gloves. I just throw some gear here to see how it's gonna look, what I can fit. System comes with 3 of these boxes, so there is 1, 2, and there is a small one underneath there hiding third. And some of them have these dividers. This one is with a handle, this one it doesn't have nothing inside, it's just kind of like empty. And that little one has also a tray. I already put some tools in there, but you see I have some tools here, I have recovery gear, then I put some more kind of tools, the little chairs, table, axe. I just see what I'm gonna fit here. This is not gonna be how mine set up, and I guess every trip is different, depends how many people going and so on when we go on our trips. But system is really good. So as I said, it was raining all night, and now yeah, this is locked, so you have to lift it a little bit up and then just slide it, and it's really smooth. It looks super durable. It's system, everything that people tell you it is, that's what it is. It's really good. I've seen lots of reviews just praising it, and I agree with everything that's said. One more thing to know is these tie down hooks or spots for tying down. You have 6 of them, so you have one in the middle and one in that corner, so that's 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. But when you buy this system, they give you just 4 of these points, so 2 should be empty. They leave you with 2 empty, so I ordered 2 extra of these tie down points just to have all 6, and that's the extras. I ordered 2 extra of these tie down points and the locks. I highly recommend you get the locks. I think it was like $100 or something extra, but it's worth it for the locks. So whatever you put in, it's just peace of mind. There is nothing really like valuable there. It's some bungee cords, whatever, and stuff like that. You saw gloves, hoses, but you don't want somebody just opportunistically taking that away. So that's it. I really like this system. The only surprise for me was that it's short. It doesn't go all the way to the end, but it's okay. You know, you can open that drawer, quickly grab something there without lowering the gate. These power gates are super annoying because they're so slow. Like, I mean, we are not handicaps, we can open the gates ourselves, but when you press the button and you're waiting, it's slowly going down. So maybe this is good. You can just quickly grab it wherever you want from there without screwing with the gate. Yeah, so good reviews for the deck system. This is the only kind of thing, and I understand for them, you know, when they make this unit, they wanna, it's a production, you can't screw it. There is not too many trail hunters around. They can make particularly just separate set for a trail hunter. It would probably make things more expensive, more custom. You just want to have production, and this is how they wanted us to deal with that. But I don't think that's a good way. I don't think it would work without flipping the whole system. And you know what, once you start screwing with this, I don't even know if that avoids a warranty from Toyota. Let's say your compressor die, and may not have nothing to do with this, but they can tell you, you know, you did this and that, so use your compressor like this. This stays untouched, little cut there, I'm fine with that. You have a little cut here too that they did it originally, but this is just a little one. But overall, very good product. I'm happy with it. I like it. It looks very durable, and we were standing on it, jumping on it. This is really solid piece. This can take beating, and it's made tough. And when we go off-roading and trails and everything, nobody's babying this thing, so it will withstand the punishment. That's it. Thanks. See you next time.